Hello everyone, welcome back to our Linux series. Today we're taking a look at package management, one of the most important day-to-day skills in Linux. Installing and managing software is different from Windows and Mac OS, and each distribution has its own tools. And by the end of this video, you will know how to install, update, remove, and troubleshoot packages across major Linux distribution, including manual install, universal format like Snap and Flatpak, and even enterprise tools like Subscription Manager, which RHEL and CentOS use. So let's get started. Before we get to do any terminal demos, let's take a look at some of the important file when it comes to managing package in Linux. So since I'll be using Debian and Red Hat, I'll start with Debian first and Linux Mint. They both are the kind of the same flavor, so I'll just use one of them. So let's first we have the etc app source list. This is the main file where all the main repo are located. So when you first create your Linux machine, most of the important repo that you will be using to update your system will be in there. So let's I don't know. Okay, so let's take a look at that file and what is in it. Let me make this smaller. Okay, so this is what's inside of this file, and as you can see, these are being used. We have the deb http, we have the URL where the update is coming from. We have also some of them are commented, so this is where you will put the main repo that you want your update to pull from, and sometimes you can get those from the website of the distribution that you're using. So this is where the main one will go. And then we have a source list.d. This is for extra repo files, usually or from third party repo that you get online. So we can also take a look at this one. .d. Let me see, maybe the system doesn't have that. Let's see. Let's do cd list. Okay, I do have that. Let's do cd. Okay, so there's nothing in there. Let's see if there's any hidden file. There's nothing. There's no hidden file or any repo inside of the source that list.d. So when it comes to update your system, most of the repo that you will be using are gonna be in the source list. That's where you can put even third-party one that you can put in there. They will be the update will be pulling from them. And then we have the archive file or directory, I should mention. This is where when you install a package, this is where they live. So when you remove something, if you don't fully remove it, you can easily download it, install it back. So this is where they go. So if I do cd var cache app archive, let's see. Okay, so these are some of the .db that are in my system. gedit because when I install Firefox, that's where it went. I also install gedit. That's what I use as my text editor. So this is where your cache file for that DB goes when you download them. And then we do have log file for application or update install in your system that show you what was installed and what was updated. And we can view the log file. Log file live in the var directory, so that's where log live. We can go into cd log, and then this is all of our logs. As you can see, we do have dpkg log and then dpkg log 1. These will be logs related to install and remove application in your system. So we can take a look at one of them. Let's do dpkg. So there's nothing. I might remove an application to see, so you guys can see what will be in there. Let's do one. Okay, this one do have. So as you can see, we do have a status install main db. In one of my videos, I did install what did I install? I did install something. Let me see if the name is in here. I think it was update db for the locate command. Yes, locate command. When I was doing my find and locate video, locate wasn't in my system, so I had to install it. So that also trigger package and main page for the locate, because there is a main page for the locate command. So that's where the log will be. If you want to know what was installed or what was removed, it will be in here. And then we do have the last file we'll be taking a look at. Let me see, I can go one directory back, and then we can do cdlib and then dpkg, and then inside of here we have status all, status lock, and available. So this will be the install package database and status. So let me take a look at status. Cat status. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. So here, like for example, like it mentioned, it will let you know the status of package. For example, status okay installed. That was the zstd. I don't know what that is. ZH command, that is the Z shell. It let you know the section, the size of the install, architecture. So this one give us more detail on what was installed. Zip also was installed, which is a utility to unzip file. So this is what the lib/dpkg directory contain. It contains status of install package or anything related to install package. Let me go back. Nope, not go back. Let's take a look at lock and see what is in there. Permission deny, cat lock. Okay, so nothing inside of lock. So now that we finished taking a look at some of the common directory and file when it comes to managing, these files will be the same for Debian, Ubuntu, and Linux Mint. I can also do the same thing here. Let's take a look so you guys can see. I'm not gonna go over all of them again because it should be the same. App, we can do source list. So but this one is smaller. For Linux Mint, there's nothing in there, but that's where you will put the main repo. I mean, there is one, but it's coming out, this one. Let's take a look at the source D. So there's one. Let's take a look at the official package. So even though we do have the same directory, but in Linux Mint, where the update are pulling from, they're pulling from the source list D directory. So these, when you do your update, the update is pulling up from these repo. If you don't want any one of them to be used, you can commit whichever one you don't want to use and leave the rest. So let me just check one other one and then I will move on. Lib dpkg. Oops. Let's do cd. Let's do status again for this one. Let's do this. Let's look at status. Same thing. Let us know what was installed, the status of it, requirement, you know. So when it comes to these, they will be the same for Ubuntu, Debian, Linux Mint, because they are the same flavor, except when it comes to Red Hat, which I'll go over later into the video. So what is a package? A package is a software bundle with everything it needs, include binaries, config file, dependency. A package manager is the tool that install, update, and remove software while resolving dependency and verify integrity. Its distribution family use different tools, but the core concept stay the same. So I don't know if my system is updated. I'm gonna try to update my system. I probably will not go through it because some update take forever to finish. So I will just show what the command does. But that's about it, depending on how big the update is. Let's refresh. The first command we're gonna use is the sudo app update. That's very simple. It doesn't really install anything. It just update the repo, the package list. Meaning if the, let's say, Linux release new repo and the one that we have outdated, running this command sudo. Let's just see sudo app update. It will update to the latest package without installing anything. Let's see if we do have anything. So we do have something. It should be super fast. So if I scroll all the way at the top, as you can see, this is where it pulled the update from. So from these URL, it get the update and it install it. Though hopefully this will not take a long time, so we can, okay, so there you go. So we have 371 package that can be upgraded, and we can also, I'm not gonna run the sudo app upgrade because this will actually do the upgrade, and we don't want that because since I'm showing you guys the command, I don't want to actually do a full upgrade in the middle of this video. So if we use the sudo app update, it will update to the latest package, which you guys just see. We have 371 packages that can be upgraded. So if I do sudo app upgrade, this one will actually install everything to the newest version, but it doesn't remove or install unrelated package. So that's the big difference between sudo app upgrade versus sudo app full upgrade, because when it comes to sudo app full upgrade, it actually upgrade everything resolve held package, because sometimes package get held up for whatever reason. Sometimes dependencies might be broken, so when you do a sudo full upgrade, it will upgrade everything, resolve held package, and it might even remove certain packages to satisfy dependency or extra package that some program need to function properly. In Windows we have the same thing. So when you hear the word dependency, that means some package depend on other packages to run properly. So the next command I was going to run is app list upgradable, which is also here. It let us know if you want to see the list of everything that we can do an upgrade on. We can run the app. Let me clear the screen. We can do app list upgrade able. So these will be the one that will get upgrade, probably the new version of them. So I'm not gonna do it because I could do it and move to Debian to finish the rest of the demo so you guys can see. Let me see. Okay, maybe I might do that. All right, let's actually run it. Hopefully by the end you guys can see. So let's actually do sudo app. I'm just gonna do the upgrade. The full upgrade probably will take too long. Let's do sudo app upgrade. Let's put the -i to automatically upgrade everything. If I don't put the -y, it will ask us if we actually want to proceed with the upgrade. But if I do the -y, it will automatically go ahead with the upgrade. So let's do that. So it's probably gonna take a long time. So if you want to see the status, this percent in the corner is the percent of the upgrade that's taking place, this one. So let's move to Debian because they both are the same. Let me clear the screen. So now let's see if we have, now let's install and remove packages. Let me see if we have the htap command. That is a process to view live process in our system, because if I do tap, these are these showing all the processes running. It shows us CPU, memory, usage. Right now not a lot of process or taking resources are being used. So I can just press Q to leave. Let's do htap to see if I have htap installed. Okay, htap is not installed in my system, so we can install that with sudo app install htap. So it will install that. So now after this install, right, I just install htap. If we go back into cd etc, let's do var. It wasn't var. If we do cd, let's do cd /var log. Let's do, what did I use to install that app? So let's do app with, let's do list. I use app to install. Okay, let's do cd app. Let's do ls. Let's take a look at the cat history log. So here install htap. So this is the command that I run, and this is the name of the program that was run and the user that installed the program. if I check, let's check out for cache app. This one might not do anything because this was not a .db. Let me see if we have, yes. So it's not gonna show up in here because what? Because only .db show up in here. So as you can see with the, so now because I install htap, if I do run the sudo app update again, if htap is out of date, we can actually update it, upgrade it to its newest version. So now let's remove htap. We can also remove it. We can do no cd. Let's see how the upgrade is going. 34%. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. So let's do sudo app remove htap. It's gonna ask us, do we want to proceed? We're gonna say yes. We're gonna click yes. This should be fast. So now, so when we want the app remove htap, it doesn't remove config file, so we also have to use purge to actually do a full remove and delete the config file also. So let's do sudo app purge htap. Okay, so I guess there was no configuration that took place, and because we remove it, usually when you remove things, it will let us know things that need to be upgraded as well. So this is how you install a package and also how you remove a package. So now let's search for and inspect packages. So for that, we can also do the search command. We can do app search. Let's see if we have nginx installed in here. We should have it installed, I believe. Nginx. We do have nginx. So the thing with the search command, it will pretty much bring anything that is related to the nginx package. So nginx, so because most of these have the nginx in them, which is, I think it's a HTTP, just like Apache. Let's do Apache. You can also do Apache. I don't know which Apache is installed in here, but let's do Apache. Let's do Apache 2. I don't have Apache installed in here. What else? Let's do okay, so this is how you search for a file. I'll do more search, but first let me finish with this. Let's do app show nginx. So when we do the show, it gives us more information about the package. So it's a HTTPD, which used for HTTP server, which is like have something to do with just like Apache. Nginx is web server. That's the word I was looking for, web server. So it gives us the size. It gives us some dependency that are required for it to function properly. So we can use the show to view details of the package. So now we can use dpkg. For most of these apps, I don't go over what they stand for because I will post this at the beginning of the video, which have all the definition of what they stand for. That's why I didn't go over this. I will post this in front of before the video begin this list, so you guys can take a look, so you know what the definition of some of them are. So app stand for app advanced package tools. dpkg stand for Debian package. dnf-yum. So I'm not gonna go over them because it's gonna make the video super long, but you guys will be able to see them on your own. So we can use the dpkg command for package that already installed, and if we want to install package locally into our system with the .db, which is Debian. So if we do dpkg-l, it will list all the packages that install in our system. Let's look for okay, so I do have Apache. I have Apache 2 installed. I'm not sure why it didn't pull that up, but Apache is installed in my system. Oh, we do have more page, so I have to press the enter key to keep moving, or the space bar, which will jump from page to page. So if we go all the way at the bottom, we should be able to see Nginx. One way we can do this, we can cancel out, we can do the same thing, and then we can do grep, we can do Nginx. Let me put that in quotation mark and see. Is that how you spell it though? That's how you spell it. Oh, I see what's happening. dpkgs mostly have to do with .db. It will show all the package that installed through .db. Nginx is not one of those. So that is one way to be more specific on what you're looking for. You can do a grep instead of listing everything. It will show you just what you're looking for. Let me see. I do have a Firefox installed in here. I can do, this one should pop up. Let me see something. Let me do I'm not sure if it's capital or if it's lowercase. It's not gonna yeah, I'm not sure how Firefox is listed in this system. Let me check the dpkg package. Let's do cd var lib dpkg. This is let's do no, this is not where I want to be. Let's do let's go to var cache app. Let's go to archive. So it's firefox.db. Let's take a look at let's see one. Let's do Firefox. Let's try to do the same thing again. Let me try something. Firefox grep. Let me see Firefox. Okay, so there you go, Firefox, and which is this one. As you can see, it's Firefox-ESR 140.3, which is this one. So that's one where you can zero in into specific package you install into the system is by grabbing it. So let's keep it moving. So now we can I quickly install something in here so I can show you guys how that works? This might take too long. Do I have Google Chrome in my system? Let's download Google. Let's quickly download Google real quick so I can show you how to download with the dpkg. So what we will need is the .db, deb, Debian. So if we do download, so here, since we're using Debian, we will choose the 64-bit. We can do accept. It will install that into our system. So almost done. Okay, so let's close this. Okay, so let's go to our download folder, cd download list. Let's do list. So there you go. So I've downloaded the deb package for Google Chrome. So now we can download it using this command, which is we're gonna do sudo dpkg with the -i for install and then the name of the file. So we can press tab, it will pull up the matching file for the .db, and then we can press enter. This one should be quick. Yeah, this one should be very simple, very quick. So that's how we use the dpkg -i to install that deb package to our system. So now we can also resolve missing dependency, because sometimes when you use the dpkg to install, sometimes it doesn't fully install all the dependency, or sometimes leave dependency broken. So we can also do sudo apt fix broken install. So if anything broken, it would have fixed it, but there's nothing to be fixed, so nothing happened. So as you can see, one of the thing that took place is building dependency tree, so nothing need to be done. We can also do a dpkg verify to see if we have any corrupt file. So that's the dpkg verify. Let's see. I hope some of this comment doesn't take a long time, because maybe I should have run this with sudo, since we're getting permission deny. So as you can see, we do have a couple of missing here. I think that's because we have 6 files that need to be upgraded. So maybe once we do upgrade, those might get fixed. But this is how you will verify package integrity into your system, by using the dpkg dpkg -- verify to verify any file or metadata to detect any corruption that's going on. Let's take a look at this if the update is done. Okay, it's still taking place. So yeah, it's probably not gonna be done. I'm probably gonna finish with this video. It's still not gonna be done. Now the problem is, I'm afraid if I press Ctrl+C to cancel out of this, it might mess up things even more. But I can fix that later. Let's do Ctrl+C to cancel out of that. Let's clear the screen. But we did see that there are a couple of files that were corrupted, so we can fix them with the sudo apt fix broken install, or we can actually do sudo apt upgrade, full upgrade to try to fix them. So now let's do a quick demo to see the difference when we run sudo apt clean, which will clean the cache, the archive file. Let's take a look at that again real quick. Actually, let's just list it out. Let's do var cache apt archive. So these are the file in here. So I'm gonna run the sudo apt clean. It should first. Let's take a look at the size of this directory. We can use the do sh var cache apt and archive. It will let us know the size, 153 megabyte. That's the size. So now let's do sudo apt clean. Oh, that was fast. Now let's run the previous command again and check out the size. Now, as you can see, it went down. It went from M to K. I think K. I'm not quite sure, if I'm being honest, the which one the K is. I know the M is for megabyte. Is it megabyte? I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I'm not too good with the megabyte, gigabyte when it comes to those things. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Let me quickly see which one is this. When it comes to gigabyte, let's see. I'm not sure what the oh, the key is for kilobyte. Oh, well, yeah. So the K is for kilobyte, MB, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, the size went down from 153 meg to 172 kilobyte. So that's one way we can clear space from our system. Let's check out the directory again. Now that you can see, we checked the sim directory. Now we only have two. We have one file left and one directory left. Everything else got deleted. So this is all you pretty much need to know when it comes to install, verify, update and upgrade your system, and fix dependency, fixing broken packages, and install local.db into your system with this command that I just show you, and how to clean your cache directory to make to clear some space in your system. If you installing a lot of packages left and right, and this directory is full. So now let's move to Red Hat, which use a different system when it comes to upgrade and update your system, because with RHEL it requires to have an active subscription, which you have to pay for, unless you can get a free subscription I think, which is to the development program or something like that. So when it comes to Red Hat, it's a bit different. So we're gonna take a look at how Red Hat is different from Debian, and they also use a different dot for the packages or file. So before we started, so DNF is the new modern package manager that is being used now. Before, it used to be Yum. I think you can still use Yum, but Yum is being replaced with DNF, which stands for Identify Yum, which is the modern package manager for RHEL, Fedora, CentOS, which is a photocopy of RHEL, but it's a free. You don't need a subscription to use it, and to update your system, you can get those repo online for free. And this would be the same thing as the app, because when you use it, it handles dependency, install, upgrade, and everything. And then we have Yum, which is the legacy, kind of the same thing as DNF, but is being replaced. And then we have RPM, which will be like, which is a low-level tool for installing, which will be the same as dpkg packages, but doesn't handle dependency, just like dpkg and Debian. And these are some of the important file and directory you will see when it comes to Red Hat. So let's take a look at them. So I'm already in Yum. I can do ls. We do have let me see, where am I? Let's see, repo-d. Well, the first one and the second one is kind of the same thing. Let me see something. Okay, so let's go into Red Hat. Let's take a look. Let's do cat Red Hat repo. So this is how the packages, or the -pem, or the dash what, or the dash for the Red Hat are listed. So what are we taking? So what are we looking at? So we have I did have it right here, the repo black anatomy. So we do have the base URL. This is what the package is coming from. Computer system use binary for everything. So 0 always mean off, 1 is enable, on. So this package is not enabled in the system. If you want to enable it, all we have to do is edit this package and change the 0 to a 1. GPG check is enabled. That's to verify the package signature if it's valid. We do have where the key is coming from. It's coming from here. And then we have a SSL verification, which is also enabled. And this is the permission file, which is a .perm. And then we have SSL client key, and then an SSL client key and SSL client cert. And then we have a SSL verification status, which is also enabled, which is for I forgot, what do you call it? I think it's offline verification check something. I think it's SCP or something like that. I'm not quite too sure, if I'm being honest, on the name, but most of these are just checking and verify that the package are valid and it's legit. So that's what we are taking a look at when we're taking a look at this directory and the file inside of it. So let's move on. Let's take a look at the cache, which is also inside of var. Let's do cd var cache dnf ls. So I don't really be using this Red Hat, so there's not going to be a lot of cache RPM or repo metadata inside of here. except this system I have not updated yet, so there's nothing going on because I recently just registered it. Because for you to be able to, when it comes to RHEL, since you need an active subscription, you have to register your system for you to be able to pull the upgrade from the repo from the Red Hat website or wherever they locate. So let's keep it moving. So this is the cache file. Let's take a look at the RPM database for install packages. Let's do cd var lib RPM. So we have these. We have SQL lit. Let's go take a look at the log. This is also the same thing from Debian. It's gonna show us history of install package and update if any took place. But since I haven't update or install, I did install gedit in here also. So let's do cat var log dnf dash that let's take a look at log. So kind of the same thing that we're seeing here, but a little bit more clumps together. Everything is more packed. You have to really be paying attention to know what's going on, because this one is not as organized as Debian. So we can also take a look at yum because they both will have the same thing inside of them. Let's take a look at log.yum. Well, actually yum is not even in here. Yeah, so we don't even have yum. Oh, actually, yeah, we don't have yum log. So let's take a look at consumer, which is where your subscription identity file cert in key will be. There should be something in there because I recently registered my Red Hat. Let's do cd etc pki. Let me see if that, do we have a pki in here? Okay, so we don't have a pki in etc pki inside of the etc file. Oh, never mind, I'm inside of var, that's why. Let's do cd pki and then consumer list. Yes, because I recently registered this system, so we should have a cert and a key. And then now we're gonna take a look at the subscription manager log. Since I did refresh my system today, there should be something in there. Let's do cd var log RHSM. So let's take a look at the RHSM log. Cat RHSM.log. Oh, that is a lot to dissect. So this is a bunch of nonsense, because it's not, I mean, to me, when I'm looking at this, I don't even know what I'm looking at. I have to really pay attention to actually understand this. So I'm not gonna try to understand it today. So, but this is where the subscription manager log is, because everything in Red Hat depend on active subscription. So let's clear. Now let's get to do things. It's gonna be the same thing with this. Since I haven't upgrade my system, there will be a lot of things to upgrade and update. I'm just gonna show the comment, and I'm not gonna actually do an upgrade because that will take all day, all night, maybe until tomorrow. So let's move. So for us, if I do sudo subscription manager register, it will register my system, but I register it, so I don't know. It's probably gonna let me know that my system already register. Let's see. Yes, so the system is already registered. Use force to override. Maybe I'm not gonna override anything. If grant entitlement to use Red Hat repo. I don't think anything is attached to my system, so we can attach subscription. But first, we can take a look at all the available subscription we have. We can do sudo subscription manager list available. This one gonna take a while to pull everything because I'm running a couple of free trial for this, so it might take a while for it to pull. Well, maybe not that long. So this is all the subscription that I have. These are some of the commands to use for Red Hat. For some reason, because I'm using a virtual machine, I won't be able to show the enable repo because Red Hat strictly enforce the subscription to physical device only. So if I try to run the sudo subscription manager repo enable, it will give me a subscription that is disabled because that's how Red Hat designed the subscription to begin with. So because I'm running a virtual machine, I think there is a subscription that will allow me to activate a repo, but probably the one that the free trial I'm using is not for that. So let's keep it moving. Now we can also unregister our subscription. So we move system identity in entitlement. Well, I don't have any because right now I can't really update my system. We went over this already. So these are the same thing we went over for Debian and whatnot. So if we do sudo dnf check update, let's see, because so we do have a couple of updates. I don't know if I should run the sudo dnf upgrade because this is gonna take a while also to upgrade the system, so I'm not gonna do that. But this is how you can check to see. Oops, this is how you can see the list of available updates you have from enable repo, and then you can do the DNF upgrade to install all available updates. Now let's try to install it. Let's see if we have htap installed in there. Htap is not, so let's see if we can install it. We can do sudo dnf install htap. Let's see if we're able to download that. So probably not because of my subscription and my repo dilemma. So I won't be able to do any upgrade because I can't really use any of the repo because my system is being seen as a virtual machine, so I can't really do that. Let's search for nginx in this one. Same thing we did before. Search nginx. Let's see, what do we have, if we have anything. Let's see. So most of these come in or kind of do the same thing, but just a different way to use them. So this one, I'm not sure how long this is gonna take, but this is how you will search for a package that you want to know if installed into your system. I'm probably gonna cancel this out. I'm probably gonna cancel out, so it might take too long. Let's do Control C or Control. Oops, maybe not. This is not even working. Okay, yeah. We can also do the same thing. We can also list install RPM package with RPM-QA. We do have a lot of them. We can also install. We can also do local install the same way we do with Debian with dpkg. We can do that with RPM-IVAH and then the file name, and that's it. And then we can also check for file integrity with RPM check sig and then the file. You also do need the file versus Debian. I don't think you do need the file. Maybe there is a command to check a specific file, but when we did run our command, it was for check for everything that might be co-op or missing. So the thing with Red Hat, because I don't have a subscription, so it might not let me do much when it comes to install remove. But let's clear the cache file and see to the same thing. Let's do var cache dnf. So we do have a couple of things. Let's check out the space sh var cache dnf 254 meg. We can do sudo dnf clean all. Let's see how long it's gonna take. So well, at least with RHEL or Red Hat, it actually let us know how many files that was removed. So we can do dh again, no, du dash sh var cache dnf. So now it dropped to 3.5 meg, and that's only with one file inside of it. No, not one file. Let's check out the list again. So with less than before. So this is how you can also clean up some space from your system by doing that. We don't have Flatpak. I'm not gonna go over these. I'm just gonna go over the command. So Flatpak is a universal package system that you can use for Linux that let you install in one app in a sandbox or portable, in a sandbox, portable, and distribution independent way. So a sandbox is pretty much let you run the package of software in a box environment that does not have any effect on your real system. So that's pretty much what Flatpak is. That's you can't use that with Debian. No, not with Debian, with RHEL. Actually you can use it with RHEL actually, but you have to install it first. You have to install it for RHEL, but I think for Debian, I think it's come pre-install. I think for the Flat one it come pre-installed, but we can double check to make sure. Oh man, we can see if let's check the var lib to see if it's in there. Let's do cd var lib list. Do we have a flat pack in here? No, we do not. We do not have a flat pack f. No, we do not. So flatpak probably not installed in this system. Let's check Linux Mint. Hopefully the upgrade is finished by now. Okay, perfect, it's finished. Let's also check to see if we have flatpak installed in here. Let's do cd var lib list cd. Okay, so for Linux Mint it come pre-installed because flatpak is in here. Let's do ls. So we do have a repo, we do have an export. So flatpak is installed. So we do have the var lib flatpak, which is system wide. So whatever you install system wide goes into this folder, and then we have per user flatpak install, which only accessible for certain user, but it's not system wide. And then we do have the remote. We do have the remote.d, which is for config remote. System wide repo config for the flatpak. Let's go into etc. Let's do list. Do we have flatpak? Because I was okay. We do have a flatpak inside of the etc file, but we do have it inside of lib. Well, I mean, I never use flatpak, so that's why those directory probably never got created, because sometimes you have to actually use it for certain directory to be created with the relevant file inside of them. But these are the commands you'll use for flatpak. They all do the same thing. So sudo app install, that will be for Debian because we're using app. So dnf will be for RHEL. To add a flat hub remote, we can use sudo flatpak remote add. If not exists, flat hub, and then we give it the URL for the repo, and then we can, after we're done with the install, we can start using it to install package with it. For example, this one will install Spotify from the flat hub, which is like a store where you just download packages from, and then you can run whatever you install with the flatpak run.com Spotify client. We can do flatpak flatpak list to show all install flatpak, and then we can also remove with flatpak remove and then the name of the package. So this is how we use flatpak. But since I've never used flatpak, I'm not really knowledgeable about it, but I just know it exists and how to use it if I'm in a situation where I need to use that. For some of the troubleshooting step, I've already went through all of these with you guys before with the sudo fix broken install, that it will resolve missing dependency or incomplete install. I already used the DNF check that will check for broken packages. I already used the app clean to clean the cache of packages installed. I didn't use the app install reinstall packages, but it will be the same way. The same way you install a package is the same way you will remove it. This is to reinstall versus remove completely for your from your system. So it's the same thing from both from Debian or RHEL. You will use the sudo, the packaging tool that your flavor use. Debian use app. RHEL syntax use dnf to reinstall packages. We also have simulate install dry, where you can, if you want to see what will happen by installing certain packages, you can run this. It will not install anything, but it will just show you what will actually take place if a real install were to take place. Let me see if this will work. Simulate. I don't even know. I don't even have a package name. Well, let's use htap. I don't know if htap is installed, but we can try it with this. Well, apparently, let's see. This is only a simulation. App-get need root privilege for real execution. Keep also in mind that lacking is deactivated, so don't depend on the relevance to the real current situation. So reading package list, the following new package will be installed htap, so it actually let you know what will take place if this was a real install. So it let us know the htap will have been installed in our system, and this is a simulation way to know what will be taking place. It's the same thing with RHEL. We can also use dnf install submenu package name to display transaction and auto insert no. Yeah, I've done to all of these throughout this video with the sudo app update to update the list of repo. Check out the list of packages installed with the .db, the archive file. We did run the sudo app install htap to download it, and then I did show you guys how to remove it. It's unfortunate I couldn't do much on my Red Hat because I don't really have an active subscription available to actually install anything to show you how it works, but I did show you guys the command. So if you guys are lucky enough to have an active subscription with Red Hat, you can try them yourself. We did go over install something locally in our system with the dpkg, and then we did run the sudo app fix broken. There was nothing broken in our system. We did go over how to register your system, how to automatically attach a subscription, how to manually connect to a subscription with the subscription manager repo enabled. That will be enable whatever subscription you want to connect to your system. And then after that, we can do sudo dnf check update, and then to do and actually upgrade. For Red Hat, once you register your system, this is where the private key and the cert will go, and then this is where the repo, all your repo are, and you can enable or disable whichever repo that you want to actually use. So this is to clear the cache. Same thing, we went over this. Flatpak, I don't use it much, so there's not much for me to show you guys actually, but I did show you guys all the command that you can use to install Flatpak and how to actually use it to install packages into your system. So this is the end of the video, guys. I hope this was very educational for some. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment, dislike. Any feedback is welcome. So until next time, guys, have a good day. Bye bye.